So U.S. History B, which is, well, the second half, basically the 1900s or the 20th centuries. Some great things happened, some wild things happened. First of all, cities came to rise, women got the right to vote, we went to the First World War, we went to the Second World War. In the middle, we had something so awesome, we called it the Great Depression, which really wasn't all that great. World War II ended with the atomic age, and we got superheroes in comic books because of nuclear radiation, which was pretty good. We started to get out of cities, moved to the suburbs. We got the interstate highway system and the mall and parking lot, which really aren't all that great either. We'd spend at least half of the 1900s fighting the Soviet Union or Russia to stop the world spread of communism. The good thing that came out of that, the space race, which was fun. We put a man on the moon. But before that, Russia put up a dog. We beat him by putting up a monkey. Really, a monkey. In the middle of the 1900s, rock and roll music comes, and it kind of transforms the world. It becomes a counterculture where American kids are listening to a music that's all their own. Most importantly, Pete Townsend of The Who would end up smashing a guitar on stage, being the first man to do it. The Civil Rights Movement gave African Americans in this country the right to vote and all kinds of freedoms. My favorite quote comes from Rosa Parks, Montgomery, 1955. Her quote was no. They asked her to move to the back of the bus. We'll go through Watergate and Richard Nixon, a guy who says, "I am not a crook." Turns out he was a pretty big crook. We had a peanut farmer for a president, and Jimmy Carter, then an actor, and a bad actor whose biggest movie was Bedtime for Bonzo with a chimpanzee. Ronald Reagan becomes president and gives us Reaganomics and the Star Wars defense system, where we shoot lasers into space to try to shoot down other missiles. That didn't really work. Just at the turn of the century into the year 2000, people would really start freaking out. They thought a computer glitch was going to shut the world down. People were building bunkers. They were stocking away food. You know what happened? Midnight. Nothing happened at all. Just after that, one of the saddest days in American history, 9/11. We'll learn about that and the rise of terrorism and how that started to affect our daily lives and how our freedoms are going to be taken away. After Reagan, we'd have Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, of course, the W. In between, Clinton, they called him Bubba, and he got impeached. Not a good thing. Before we got to another 2 impeachments, we had our first African-American president, Barack Obama. That gets us to Trump and Trumpism, which is like 2 weeks ago. So we're going to be going from 1900 to 2 weeks ago. Guys, this is Philly. This is Command Central, where we'll be teaching every day. This is where we have our fun. You'll be seeing this. More importantly, I put in a new stereo from the 1960s. 4 speakers. Check it out. Not impressed? We have a big project this semester called Art and History, where you're going to learn how to do a little bit of research. And you'll hear me saying, you know, when I was a kid, research was a lot harder. We didn't have the internet. We didn't even know what Google was or who he was. You'll get sick of me saying it, but I'm right. We'll also have some good assignments to target things like Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. We're going to learn about changing role of women in society. If 1900s say one thing, it's what women went from being not able to vote to leading the world. So that, in a nutshell, is our second semester.